So because my video postings have been very infrequent lately, I figured I'd drop a vlog just to quickly talk about some things that have been going on in my life. Alright, so this video is going to be a little informal, a bit more unstructured as well. A couple of things I want to share. I have some notes on my phone here. I want to quickly talk about a fundraiser that we're doing on behalf of Subtle Asian Voices, or SAV. I want to talk about my interest in house hunting for real estate. 3, some of the comments made on my fire video that I made back in May. And lastly, probably the focus of this video is going to be about my mental health. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing is the SAV Fundraiser. So myself and others in SAV has started a 4-week fundraiser for the Afghanistan refugees that are coming over. I'll put a link to the description below if you want to see or learn more about it. Also a donation link if you want to help contribute. I think most everyone is probably well aware of the crisis that has occurred in Afghanistan lately, and we are, pretty straightforward, trying to help fundraise to help the refugees that have come over to the States. And so if you're able to, definitely please consider donating to that cause. Again, the link to the video and the fundraiser will be in the description of this video. The second thing I want to do a quick update on is house hunting. This week alone, probably a couple months ago, I've been interested in looking for houses, but I didn't really look until this past week, and I found myself really diving deeper into what I'm looking for in a house. And hopefully some of you guys who are more experienced in adulting can help me out in this area, because I'm struggling between a couple of key things that I think most people consider when they're looking at houses. The first of which, what type of house to get. I'm like, should I get a condo or should I get a townhouse? I'm definitely not ready for like a single family home or anything like that. I want something that is hybrid of home ownership, because I don't want to do as much of the maintenance tasks. So I'll probably be paying for an HOA to have certain things taken care of. So less work on myself, but I'm still deciding, do I want a condo because I still want to live in like a high-rise building somewhere close to the cities and stuff, or should I be in a townhome or townhouse, I don't know what's the appropriate term, where it is likely not in a high-rise, though many of them are also near like urban and suburban areas with access to the metro. Those are like, I feel more similar to like a single family home, and they're quite nice. And so some of the reasons why I'm like, what I'm thinking is a condo has more amenities typically. The problem is I find myself not using many of the amenities, so I'm not sure if I want to pay that much for a condo. And then a townhouse is probably more similar in terms of how much I use the amenities, but I also like being in high rises as well for the view and things like that. Especially during COVID, you're inside for a large majority of your time, so that's something on my mind. The other thing is like, should I get a one bedroom house, or should I get like a 2-bedroom house? And I think the big thing with the 2-bedroom houses is you can house hack, right? You can rent out to a roommate and basically have part of your mortgage paid for, and eventually you can move out of that and then just rent that out entirely. You can do the same for a 1-bedroom house as well, but it's harder to do renting in that case. So that's just been going back and forth on my mind. I'm not sure how long I will stay in the DMV area. It's definitely a place that I really like and I could see myself settling down in, but I just don't know. So 1-bedroom versus 2-bedroom is another one of those considerations. So that's what's going on with the house hunt. The other thing I want to chat about is the fire video, which has been doing quite well. The video that I started, or that I posted back in May, talking about my journey towards Fat Fire, and I received a lot of comments about that video, and many many of them were very positive, talking about how they appreciated that I shared my actual numbers, which I'm sure many of you know is a bit uncomfortable to share that kind of information. Just society, cultures, and things like that has made it, people can be very judgmental depending on what your numbers could be. So it's, I guess a lot of folks found it refreshing that I shared my actual numbers. About that, I do think that it is a growing trend, especially amongst the millennial generations, in sharing your financial information and being transparent about it, because I do believe, and I'm with the group that thinks that the only benefit of not sharing is to your employers, because if everyone knows how much everyone else makes, you can use that as leverage in terms of like, why is someone making more than me? Why are they working more? We're doing the same job. And you can basically negotiate your salary because of those reasons. So financial transparency, I think, is a good thing. There's probably a lot of other reasons that I just can't think of off the top of my head right now. But financial transparency, I think, is important. It just feels weird and very uncomfortable. And I've actually been in a couple of conversations with my employer recently talking about, is it okay if I share how much I make? I don't know if I will do that yet, or when I would do that, but I do think sharing your salary is important. You know, many state organizations already do that kind of thing, and I think it helps with people making their decisions on where to go, where to work, things like that. I don't feel comfortable sharing my salary and how much I make currently, but it's on my mind and something that it looks like I have the green light to talk about if I wanted to, but probably not anytime soon. My net worth is probably something that I will probably share sooner rather than later, because I think for the purposes of the FIRE journey, that is important to benchmark, how far you're progressing. The other thing is, aside from all the positive comments, I have received a lot of constructive criticism, which has been fantastic. I have to say, I'm new to the FIRE journey. There's a lot of things I haven't considered, and I think a lot of the constructive criticism has been about that. Have you thought about taxes? Have you thought about inflation? Have you thought about kids? Have you thought about marriage? Have you thought about buying a house? All of those things. The answer to many of those things are no, I have not. I'm very new in the journey. I'm merely sharing what I've learned so far, and I'm hoping to share what I actually do with actual numbers, so people can see exactly what you should do and what you probably shouldn't do. But I'm learning a lot from the feedback that I'm getting, so I appreciate everyone that has left comments about that. I'll probably post another FIRE video very soon, there's been some updates in that area that I just haven't posted a video about. The last part is my mental health, which was a video that I've been wanting to make for quite some time, and there's like different thoughts in my mind that's not very organized, so I'm just gonna spit them all out, the different bullet points, right? One of which is like the main thing, and why I wanted to make the video, is that I've noticed that my mental health has probably been going on a downward spiral. I think it's maybe in the last 2 months or so, or 3 months, I'm not sure what it is. Maybe ever since May, it's been going down, or it might have been before that, I'm not really sure. But in general, I've noticed that it's been going down. And I think it's manifested in different ways, and I think most often it manifests in terms of apathy in my life. And lately it has been in both my personal and professional life. I just don't feel as motivated to do things, as especially for those on YouTube can see. I haven't really been posting videos. I haven't been acting as much as I should. I've been probably consuming more than acting, which is very frustrating to me. I like to think that I can do things if I put my mind to it, but lately, no matter what I think, I feel as though it's very difficult to execute. And I think that's one of the feedback loops that I have for myself, that I know something is wrong. The other thing is, I did take 2 days of PTO last week. There are many reasons for it, but part of the reason was because of my mental health. And that one in particular was due to work stresses. You know, I think I have not been finding joy, you know, channeling my Marie Kondo here, in work lately. And it's been really difficult to be motivated in doing work. And to be honest, my plate is so full right now at work that it's been a bit of a struggle. So due to the work stresses, I took 2 days of PTO, went up to New York, visited some places on my own, which has been nice. You know, it was like my 5th time in New York this year alone. And all the other times was going out for other people, but this time was actually for my own personal sanity, just to like get away and take a break. And I did it on a Wednesday and Thursday to, you know, reduce the amount of exposure I have to work, because again, that's been a big stressor in my life lately. Another thing is 2 things probably. I think some of the stresses in my mental health lately has been due to, what was it here again? I don't think I feel as though I'm moving closer to the goals that I have set for myself. You know, I've set many different goals that I want to accomplish in my life, how I want to pursue them. And I feel as though I've been very stagnant as of late, and I haven't moved closer to it. You know, as someone that I feel, as someone that needs to have, you know, certain milestones and accomplish certain things to feel fulfilled, that really hasn't occurred for me lately, and I feel as though I've been stuck. So I think that's part of it. Another big thing which I want to make a video about on its own is imposter syndrome. I think more and more, this especially after 2018 or 2019, whenever the Rochester Go Live was, which was again that big milestone in my career, I have always felt this since then. You know, I think that my mind, and I feel as though, yeah, I definitely feel as though my mind is not as sharp as it was before. You know, I'm definitely not as up to date with news, on evidence, on guidelines, and all those kind of things. You know, in the last couple years since, I've been keeping up to date with all of those things, and I just have not been doing that as of late. So I think I don't feel as good as I did before. I'm not at my 100%. Yeah, so those are some of the things on my mind. I think it's been a struggle. I'm trying to figure out ways to improve my mental health. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think that's kind of it for the video. It is kind of dark. Of note, fun fact for those who are technical and care about camera stuff, this is going to be my first time shooting an S-Log2, which is picture profile 7. I have no idea what this looks like. I have no extra lighting right now. It might look super dark, it might look super bright. I have no idea, so very curious to see what this looks like. So that should be fun. And another thing is, like, even though this video might sound like I'm not doing anything, there's actually quite a few projects I'm dabbling in. I think I'm just feeling as though I'm not making as much progress as I should. I'm definitely not at my 100%, if you will. But other than that, I do hope, you know, to get back into the video making game. It sometimes is surprising that I was making a video a week, every single week, and now I think I struggle to make one video every like 2 months. So I do hope to make some more videos, probably a bit more unstructured ones, because I think the level of production quality I want in my videos have been holding me back a bit, and so I think I need to be a little bit more unstructured in the videos. Not necessarily put less effort, but don't be a perfectionist in the types of videos I want to produce. I've had a lot of great conversations lately with folks where we talk about just general pharmacy things, residency things, or informatics things, and I feel as though I want to get back into that mindset of just create. It's okay to be good. It doesn't have to be perfect, and just get the content out there. And I want to get back into that rhythm that I was in before. Anyways, I see the timer here. It's at 15 minutes, which is a lot longer than I expected this video to go. It is extremely dark outside. There's no light in the room. So yeah, that's it, guys. If you listened to the end, shout out to you. Otherwise, see you in the next video.